Alright, hello 5th graders. So today we are online and I'm going to have you guys click on the link I sent you to do the lab on plants today. So we have been learning about plants because we are going to be working in the greenhouse, and I'm going to have you do a little experiment on what exactly works best, fertilizer or compost, and water, lighting. So we're going to start once you guys get to the page, so you can pause me right now, and once you get to the screen I'm at, go ahead and go back to the video and press play. Okay, so once you got to the screen, I'm going to have you write on a piece of paper next to you what you're observing. I need you guys to write it because you will be turning this in. So what do you see? What is the screen? What are your options? Tomatoes, beans, turnips, fertilizer, compost, water, lights, ruler, plants. So go ahead and write that stuff down because you will need this in the end. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. Go ahead and pause it right here, and once you have it all written down, you can continue the video. So we are going to start off. I'm just going to let you guys get a feel for it. You guys can mess around with it. So this is kind of how it works. Like if we want to plant a tomato seed, some beans, a turnip, and then we can go tomatoes again. You get to choose if you want to do fertilizer, compost, fertilizer, compost. You can also change the lights up here, so you can go completely dark. You can have it half lit. You can change the water, and you can go down. You can go all the way up on the beans, whatever. And then you go ahead and come down here and press play. And you can watch, so it starts sprouting. So we're at day 14, so you will, once we get into our further experiment, you will pause it and you'll write down what you observe, and you'll keep going until the end, and it tells you what you did. So turnip, soil, fertilizer, and it goes all the way to day 50. So you can see the plant growth. This one obviously did not do very good in the dark. So you can mess around with it for a few minutes. But once you're ready, I am going to have you restart it, reset, and then clear the pots. So go ahead and pause me. You can play with this for a while, and then when you're ready for instruction, come back and play. Alright, so now that you guys are finished, I'm going to have you each pick a plant or a seed that you would like to grow. So you have to choose either between a tomato, bean, or turnip. So I'll choose bean, and I'll kind of do an example. So I'll put the beans in there. Maybe. Okay. And we gotta turn all the lights back on. And okay, and then I'm gonna have you do different things for each one. So I chose beans, so you're going to write down what plant you chose. So I chose beans. I'll write it down, and you're going to decide fertilizer or compost. So you can do 2 fertilizer, you can do them all fertilizer. You're going to see how you can get it to grow the most. And then you're going to put your water, change your water for each one. So let's go, we'll go all the way up on that. So when you do this step, I want you to stop what you're doing. Once you're So you're going to watch me do this example, and then you're going to pause me and do yours. It should take you about 10 minutes. So you can mess with the lighting. Just make sure that each one of these is written down, where it says bean soil fertilizer, bean soil fertilizer, bean soil compost, and you need to tell me which exactly you did for A, B, C, and D. So if you turned off 3 of the lights, you're going to write it down, but you put 100 milliliters of water. Write everything down because you're going to need it in the end. So we're going to mess around a little bit with this, and we're going to press play. So once you start seeing them grow, so about day 10, most of them are growing. You're going to write it down. So you're going to mess around with this. You're going to write down your observations. Takes a little bit longer. So day 50, so what I would do is write, okay, so my plant A, it grew to 47.2 centimeters, and it weighs about 2.5 grams. I'm going to write that down for each one. I'm going to keep all of my data because we are going to write about it later. So you can keep messing with it for a while, like, you didn't like that, we want it to grow the best, so we'll keep messing around with it. You can do it, I'll say, do it about 5 different times. Do this whole experiment 5 different times to see what will grow the best. So we get to our day 50, and we see that it's growing a little bit better. So now it is your turn to do this. And once you are ready and once you are done with all your experiments, you're going to press pause, and then once you're done, you're going to replay this video. Okay, so now that you are done collecting all your data, I want you guys to come down here and answer these few questions. So the image below shows a small bean sprout. What does the sprout need to grow into a healthy pot? You do not need to write these into your notebook, but I want you guys to answer these in the page, and it will let you check them, and it'll send them to me and see what all you learned. And then once you're done, I want you to press pause once you are getting ready to start this, and when you are done taking these few questions, I want you to play this video again. Okay, so now that you are done, you are going to take all your results and all your data, and you can write a paper on it. You can make a poster board. You can do whatever you would like, but I want you to have all this data. I want you to write all the data. I want you to have a section for what you observed, a section of what worked best for the growth, and which fertilizer or compost worked better. I want you guys to either write on a poster board or write a paper. And once you are done with that, I would like for you to turn it in. I will give you guys a week for this assignment. It doesn't need to be perfect. Everybody's is going to be different. And then we will go into showing each other and presenting to the class which turned out better and what you guys liked about this. And yes, if you guys have any questions, feel free to email me.